Hi and welcome to Zook. I'm Antra Roy and today we are gonna master the art of making kebabs on a stuffed leg. Not in tandoori or barbecue, but trying to get exactly the similar kind of a feel. Beautiful char grilled edges. That's the best part of a kebab. So we are trying to find a way of getting that, especially that char grilled edges and the beautiful caramelization, but in your own house on your own stove. So let's start this recipe. This is a fairly simple recipe. There are two stages to it. The first one has to be marination. So for that we need some ingredients. There are two chicken breasts, as you can see. Then there's 1 tablespoon of mustard oil, half teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder. There is turmeric powder, that's also pretty much 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of Kashmiri mirch powder. And here I have some fresh ginger, around 1 teaspoon, and some fresh garlic, which I have with a teaspoon of mustard oil and some salt. And just a pinch of salt, some hung curd, 3 tablespoons of hung curd, and 1 tablespoon of normal curd. Now, if you notice over here, I don't have salt in my ingredients. There's a reason why, because I feel if you salt your meat, it tends to get harder. So we are trying to get that nice, moist, beautiful chicken kebab that we love and adore so much with a proper cocktail, and you are like in a heaven. So we are trying to emulate that. We're trying to get that in your own home. So we are not gonna salt it right now. Just before putting it on the grill, we will salt it generously. So here I have a fork with which I'm gonna make some indentation. I'm gonna keep my chicken whole, grill it whole. That's the way I'm trying to minimize overcooking my chicken breast. 3 tablespoons of hung curd. By the way, all the measurements, all the process, everything you will find on my blog, which is antrazook@blogspot.com. So you can go and check it out. If you don't want to go through the hassle of making a hung curd, you can very well make it with some curd. Just put a little less quantity and you'll be fine. So that's there. Now, as a liquid ingredient into this, I'm going to add some oil. I'm going to pretty much add all the masala together once the oil is combined in the hung curd. There goes my coriander, cumin, turmeric. Pretty standard ingredients. You can play with your marinade as much as you want. You don't have to stick to this marinade. I do a lot of the version, but the technique is what is very important. There goes my ginger. I'll actually switch to my hands already. And the garlic. Fresh garlic minced together gives the best flavor. And I'll just quickly mix everything together. Now very carefully just smear it on the chicken breast. This marinade is good enough for 1 chicken breast whole. Looks beautiful. Smells good. Feels right because it's so creamy and nice. And just like that, this goes into your refrigerator, packed overnight. it just stays in the fridge and it does its beauty. Hi, welcome back. So 24 hours have passed. My chicken breasts have been resting in the marinade, and as you can see, they have very nicely soaked all that in. I've taken the chicken breast out of the refrigerator for around an hour or so. I let it slowly come back to room temperature. Now before I start doing anything else to the chicken breast, I'm gonna switch on my gas. I have iron skillet, a very old iron skillet. It's very easily found in our homes right now, to make roti and all. This iron skillet is the best thing which will give us a beautiful caramelization on the chicken. But the only thing is, we have to put it on high heat, as high as we can go. So, it's my gas. I've already switched it on. I'm gonna let it slowly come up to the temperature that I want it in. Now back to the chicken breast. This is the time that I'm gonna salt it pretty generously. Trust me, this doesn't have any salt, so you can be a little generous. And I'm also gonna add some mustard oil. Cardinal rule for grilling: never oil the pan, always oil the meat. Okay, so my skillet is very hot. I've lowered the heat down. I have already very nicely marinated this in salt and some more mustard oil. Now I'll put it on medium heat, and in goes the that hot. We need that hot. Now this is the most crucial part. When your meat is cooking, you should not fiddle around with it at all. Do not touch it. Do not do anything to it. Let it cook. This is the reason why we've kept the breast whole, not sliced it, because we do not want the breast to be overcooked, but we want that caramelization, that beautiful char grilled edges that we love. So this way we should get it. Alright, so I let it go for a couple of minutes, and I think it's pretty much there. See, it's so easily coming out of the pan. That means it's cooked. Nothing should stick. Wow! There's that out. Now I'm gonna quickly take the marinade left on the plate, just brush it in. Washed my tongs. Now I'm gonna quickly turn it over. The chicken breast is almost cooked. I can see it. It's nice. It's getting up from the tawa. So I'm going to put it a little high on heat once again so that I can char it a little bit. And then the next step is what we would want to do for charring it. Okay, now I can see a lot of smoke coming out of my skillet, so I'm going to turn it. It's on high heat, and this is exactly what we want, a lot of smoke. Now I think my chicken breast is completely cooked, nicely so browned, beautifully. You Just turned it over a couple of times. Now is the most important step. I am gonna directly put it on the flame. Just for 2 minutes on each side. Now this is what is gonna give you the most charry edges. You can, if you have, you can use a piece of coal, charcoal in the middle, and then you can smoke it like that. You can do that. I actually prefer it like that. Just like that. Perfect chicken boobies that. If you could just smell the kitchen right now, it smells awesome. Now, my chicken booby kebabs, that's what I want to call it, are pretty much done. I'm gonna rest it for 5-10 minutes. And after that, I'm gonna cut it and we're gonna serve it. So now is the final time. Let's cut into it. Just check it out. Just take it beautifully. Try and smear it on the juice. There. Look at the chicken, it's so nicely cooked. It's still very, very moist. If you can just zoom in. The way it should be. And this way, with a little sprinkling of green leaves on top and some lemon. This is a perfect platter of chicken booby kebabs, as I would like to call it. Created in the comfort of your home, in your kitchen, perfected on a gas stove.